up, I sold my soul a good price, out of sight. My hoe got talent, right? Whole squad ran, do that shit, yeah.
Assalamualaikum everyone. Today we are going to work with the algebraic equations again. Before we start our algebraic equations, there is something that I want to emphasize, and in my every video I'm always highlighting these points, that you must know what are expressions, you must know what are terms, and you must know what are equations. If I have 2 and x, this is a simple expression which is made up of terms. 2 and x are terms which combine to make expressions. 2x plus 4 is still an expression which has terms. We're using terms, we made an expression. If I'll say 2x plus 4 is equals to 14, in this case this is an equation. Now equation, because I'm using equals sign, so if equals sign is there, it is an equation. So we expressions and then we have equations. I will explain this. Expression is what? Expression is the combination of terms. When we use terms to make something, so 2x means 2 times x plus 4. So this is an expression which is made up by using different terms, which is made up of different terms. What is a term? 2x is a term, x is a term, plus 4 is a term. I combine these all to make an expression. So it's same like in English when you use alphabets to make words. So alphabets to make words, and then words used to make sentences, and sentences you make paragraphs, and paragraphs. So same thing here. Terms are combined to make what? To make expressions. And then expressions are equated. If you put is equals to sign, then this means that we are making an equation. So I will quickly mention 4 types of equations that we solve, that we have already solved and that we must know how to solve. So right now, for example, if I have 2 plus b is equals to 14, this is by subtraction, finding the value of a variable by subtraction. So subtraction, subtraction. So 2 is still here. Now in next equation, what I'm going to do is, this is an equation because I'm using equals to sign. In next equation, what I'm going to do is I will move this 2 from this place to this place. Why is that? So because this b is a different family member, this 2 is a family member of constants, so I will move 2 to the other side. So b stays here, 14 minus 2, because we know that if we are moving any value from left hand side of is equals to the right hand side of is equals to, the signs change. So this means that if this is minus and on the other side of is equals to, it will turn into plus. If it is plus, it will turn into minus. If it is multiplication, division, and division, multiplication. Good. Now when we say that these are the conversions of signs when we are moving them to the other side of the is equals to, I'm going to move it further. So b is still my variable, and 14 minus 2 gives me 12. So 12 is my answer. What I did right now, I figured out the value of variable. Let me write it down. Let me use the other pen here. So here, value of variable by subtraction. By subtraction means I did subtraction to find the value of the variable. Now same thing but with addition. So if this is 9 minus let's say I'll write here d minus 9 plus 4 is equals to 19. Now in this case I have 2 constants. Now what happens is most of the times students get confused and say, teacher, how are we going to work with these? Let me just show you the right idea about this. I know that d minus 9, d is my variable, minus 9 plus 4 are my 2 constants. So I have 2 options. Either I can solve these 2 on this side and then I can take this value to the other side, or I can take them term by term to the other side and solve them one by one. So I'm going to do what? I'm going to solve this here. I will keep d here as it is. Minus 9 plus 4. So this I know that my answer will be negative. Why? Because my bigger number is negative. The sign with the bigger number is negative. So if I have, it's like I have 4 dirhams and I have to pay 9 dirhams to someone. Or if I have $4, I have to pay $9 to someone. Of course, I have to borrow the money because I don't have enough. Again, I have 4 and I have to pay 9. So of course I have to borrow. How much do I need to borrow? Negative 5. I have to borrow 5 from someone, right? So this is simple. Yani you are standing on a number line. On a number line, you are standing at negative 9. And you have 4. So sorry. Now you need to add 4 in this. So negative 9, negative 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll move back. Negative 9, negative 8, negative 7, negative 6, and negative 5. So I'm ending up with negative 5. So D minus 5, this is not the answer of my question now. As of now, I just solved this side. I got negative 5 is equals to 19. Now I'll move this to the other side. So if this is negative and I'm moving it to the other side of is equals to, I will refer to the signs here which I showed you earlier here. This sign is negative is moving to the other side. It will turn into what? It will turn into addition. So same thing will happen here. This D is equals to 19 plus 5. So 19 plus 1. Now those students who always count on numbers saying 19, 20, 21, 22, please grow up. You're not in grade 1 or 2 or 3 anymore. What you need to do is take 1 from this and make this 20, right? Then since you have already taken 1, right, you are left with 4 here. So 20 plus 4 makes 24. I don't want you to count on your fingers anymore. You are mashallah big enough. You should be able to calculate it this way. 19 plus 1 makes 14. 19 plus 1, 20. 20 plus 4 makes 24. So D is equals to 24. Now, this is when I'm solving this number on this side. Let me show you the same thing and I will take the values to the other side in this one. So D minus 9 plus 4 is equals to 19. In this one now, what I'm going to do is, I will take these values to the other side one by one. So D stays here, is equals to sign stays here. Look, I'm writing the variable under the variable is equals to sign under the is equals to. In the beginning of algebra, you should keep the location of your numbers in the same place. Don't change them. Once you have the expertise, you can go for it. But this will make your work easier if you will keep the variables or numbers under the same position. Now 19 stays in its place. Please don't change the position of 19 because 19 was next to is equals to. So 19 is not coming from the other side. We are not changing the sign of 19. We're not changing the position of 19 because 19 is not coming from the other side. So I will put what? I'll put plus 9 and minus 4. It's very congested. Don't do this in your work because congested work is a big reason for the mistake. So right now I'm working on it. You shouldn't try this in this way. Always use some ample space for the question. So D is equals to, now I move the variable here, is equals to sign here. Why? Because I need enough space here. So 19 plus 9. Now I will not start counting on my fingers. What I'm going to do is I will say this is 9, right? 9 and 9 makes 18. Right? So 9 and 9 makes 18 and 10 is already here because 19 is the combination of 10 and 9. So what I'm going to do is I will say, okay, 19, 10 here and use this 9 and 9 together, 18. So plus 18 makes what? It makes 28 minus 4. So D is equals to 24. This is the same answer. So it doesn't really matter if you are moving the variable first, if you're solving them and then moving the value to the other side, or if you're moving them one by one and solving. Okay. Now next part, this is for, I told you this was subtraction, finding the value of variable by subtraction. Here, finding value of variable by addition and subtraction, because we did both things here, right, when we move this number to the other side. Now let me show you the fourth part, which is about multiplication and division. 2a is equals to 36. Now some students say, teacher, 2 times 18 makes 36, so a is equals to 18. Perfect, excellent, a is equals to 18. But we are not using the balancing equation method right now. If we are using the balancing equation method, then we will draw the line and we will say, okay, it's simple, we will solve it directly. But right now I'm not using the balancing equation method. I'm gonna use the actual algebra here. So 2 and a are getting what with each other? We know that they are getting multiplied, is equals to 36. I didn't make any changes in my question. I just made this values expanded because I want to show you this is multiplication. Now in my sign here, multiplication is turning into what when it is going to the other side? Division. Excellent. So this means that this 2 and a are in relationship of multiplication right now. If I will move this 2 to the other side, they will turn into which relationship? Division. So now I will say A stays where it was, 36 stays where it was, and I will write here division and 2. So this was multiplication, I wrote division. Why? Because this 2 which was getting multiplied with A on this side, when I move this to the other side, it becomes 36 divided by 2. I can also write this as 36 over 2. This thing and this thing are same. So 2 times 1, 2, and 2 times 1 makes 2. This was 3. 1 remainder from here. Put this 1 with this 6 making 16. 2 times 8 makes 16. So A is equals to 18 is my answer. Now, in this question what I did, I calculated the value of variable by what? By division. By division. Now here I'm going to use the next topic, next part, which is finding the value of variable by multiplication. X over 18 is equals to 5. Now here I know that X and 18 are in which relationship right now? They are in division relationship. If they are dividing, if they are in division relationship, what will happen to it if I'll move it to the other side? It will turn into what? Division turn into multiplication. Excellent. So next I'm going to do is I'll write X is equals to 5 times 18. Now again, those who are starting calculating or counting on their fingers, stop now. 18 times 5 is same as what? 18 times 5 means if I'll do 18 times 10, I'm gonna get 180, right? So I have 18 times 5. Let me say this again. If I have 10 times 18, I'm gonna get 180, right? I have 18 times 5, which is half of 10. So my answer will be half of 180, which is 90. You should know the times tables though, but 18 times 5 is 90. So X is equals to 90 is my answer. Now what I did here, value of variable by what? By multiplication. I'm mentioning the operation that I'm doing to calculate the value, not the operation in which I got the question. So here when I said by division, because I am dividing to calculate my answer. Here I said by multiplication because I'm multiplying to calculate my answer. Here by addition and subtraction because I'm doing addition and subtraction on the side to find the answer. Here I am subtracting by subtraction because I'm subtracting the value to find the answer of the variable. These are the few questions which are very basic. I must say this is like a recall of the whole topic, whatever we have done in algebra so far, or the basic ideology behind algebra, that how we can solve this. I'm going to see you in the next video inshallah, where I'm going to discuss some questions which are for higher abilities or collecting the like terms. So inshallah I will show you this in the other video. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.